Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sizwe. This channel is called Seize the Way, and today I'm going to be walking around the Prado120 Land Cruiser that's going to be taking me from the United Kingdom all the way down to South Africa. I'm going to be talking about the changes I've done to the vehicle. Some of these changes are peculiar to me, and if I've missed certain changes that you think I should put in the vehicle, just drop them in on the comments. I think the best thing to do when you're doing a modification is to just get started. So if you're doing a similar trip, just get started. Let's take a look inside. I've kept the vehicle stock. I haven't done much to the vehicle itself, but what I've done is I've put in some few switches right here to allow for some lighting and a few other bits and bobs that I'll show you later in the cab. The Prado120 comes with 2 batteries as standard, so that's great so that I don't finish off the battery while I leave the radio on or something. So this is one of the reasons I chose this particular vehicle. I've already got 2 batteries as stock. On this side here, I've got my airbox. This airbox is connected to my snorkel, and I have a snorkel so that I can wade in water. I'm not going to do it intentionally, of course, but if I find myself in a place where I have to go in deep water, in comes the snorkel. It's going to allow me to drive through water without stalling the engine. It's got a conical top. I was watching a channel that I follow, Alvito. Thank you very much, Aldo, Vera, and Toto. They talked about a conical top for the snorkel. This allows the air to come in, spins the air around, pushing all the dirt to the side, and then the air goes into the airbox with no dirt. The other thing I did do was I put a winch in the vehicle. This is the 12,000 pound terra firma winch, and I didn't take it out to put it outside. I wanted the car to look as stock as possible, so I hid the winch behind the bumper, and I've only got the exit for the winch right here. There are other situations where there's nothing to latch onto. The winch is not going to help you, and you're stuck in mud, you're stuck in sand. What you need is recovery boards, and I got a couple of these. These sit on top of the roof rack, and I just plonk these right under the tires, give my vehicle some traction, and pull myself out, drive myself out. This is my second option in terms of recovery. These are an essential piece of kit that you need to have when you're overlanding. When it comes to my tires, I'm running the Grabber General 265/70 R17. These are an all-terrain tire assisted by a 2-inch lift. This 2-inch lift has risen the car a little bit to allow for a good ground clearance. I've also put some sensors on each and every tire. These sensors tell me inside what the tire temperature is, what the tire pressure is. So having talked about the tire sensors, let's talk about tire inflation itself. How do I keep these tires inflated? I've got a central tire inflation system that allows every tire to be inflated and deflated at the same time. Sometimes when you get into the desert, you've got to deflate, otherwise you're going to get stuck. And you also want to maintain the same tire pressure across all 4 tires. So the best way I found to do it was to have a Wi-Fi system, and this system allows me to inflate each and every tire at the same time. 100% is going to be the same tire pressure without a doubt. I take off my tire sensors, and then I connect one cable and then the other one into the wheel arch. And that's it. I do this on all 4 tires and then go into my compressor. Let's take a look. My compressor sits right in the back here. I can already tell there's a bit of, that's the tire pressure in that particular tire, but of course I would have connected all the tires and I just turn it on. I heard it kick in. It stops when it kicks in. That also tells me that there's no leaks in the system. If it kicked in again, I'd know there's a leak somewhere, and then I'd have to go under there, try and figure it out. If someone else needs help, I just take a separate line, put it into the compressor, and then pressure up someone else. On top of the car is the roof rack. This is a roof rack that I made myself. I'll show you some clips on how I made it. It's not an aluminium roof rack, so it's a bit heavy, but that's what I could work with. And I bolted a few things on. I've got some recovery kit here. Most important thing is the shovel. This is to to dig my toilet and to dig myself out of a mess if I get stuck somewhere. A combination of my shovel, my boards, recovery boards, and my winch, those allow me to get out of trouble. What else do I have on top? I've got 2 jerry cans up here. These are 20 liters each, so an extra 40 liters of fuel is carried on top of the vehicle. I also have my shower tent, allowing me a little bit of privacy when I'm out there doing my my business. I'll open it up for you, show you how it is. I'm sorted. I got myself a dual shower system. This is a hot shower system to allow me to have a hot shower while I'm on the go. This is just one of those creature comforts. I love a hot shower. Why not on the go? I'll show you how I set up. Once I turn this on, you'll hear a little click. That's the click. It tells me that the pump is working and we have hot water. If you want to raise the hot water up, here's the monitor for the hot and cold. Yeah, this is hot water. I can shower with this all day, every day. I've got a water tank at the bottom with 59 liters of water, allowing me enough water to shower. I also use that water for drinking, so it should be okay. When you meet me on the road, if I'm smelly, take me to task. So I'm done with my shower. Sometimes I need to find a place to relax. The best place to relax is under this awning. This is a 270-degree awning, and it will give enough shade. I can peg it down, make sure I'm settled, grab a few chairs, sit outside, and have a relaxed time. This is from Ocam 4x4 in Australia. Come right to the back. I've got the ARB Esperus tent. This is my sleeping quarters, or one of my sleeping quarters, because I've got 2. It allows 2 people to sleep. Technically it says 2.5, but I haven't seen a half person yet. I also have a spare tire here, and on the spare tire is my bag from 4Xterra. This is my rubbish bag, and it's got quite a lot of space. You know, it's also got side pockets. On the side pockets at the moment, I just carry some recovery kit, simple recovery kit. Some of you will say it's not recovery kit, it's just some rope. On to the inside. Inside here is my sleeping quarters option 2 or option 1, it depends. I'm able to sleep in here. If I get into a place and I can't open up the tent, if I'm in the city, I'll just spread my sleeping bag here, and it's comfortable enough. It's cushioned, and I'm not that tall, and I can sleep quite comfortably. I've got my garage right here, all my tools. If there's anything else I need to fix, I've got the tools to fix, and I can also help other people. Okay. Next to my garage is my kitchen. Here is my food, my kettle, everything I need to make a decent meal sits in here, okay? That's it, we're ready to cook. 5-course meal. That's what we'll be doing out in the bush. So I've got my table over here. I'll just pull this out. It's an easy to set up table. So I've talked about my dry goods, my dry foods, staying in my kitchen. How about the things that need refrigeration? I've got right here a Domatic 73 CFX 73. This is a fridge freezer. Right now it's sitting on 5 degrees and 2 degrees. The freezer can go down to, I think, minus 10 degrees. This is a 12-volt setup, and it's storing all my food and drinking water. I've got a few bits and bobs in there, nothing crazy. I'll be able to keep my meats, potentially ice creams in the desert. And there's enough storage in there to last me probably a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, if it's just me alone. Of course, I've got my fridge and that needs to be powered. What do I use? I use the iTech World Hub. This hub allows me to pick up power from the solar panel, power from the alternator, and to distribute that power to my lithium battery, which sits at the front in the middle section. It's a 200 amp hour battery. I think the solar panel is not big enough. It's a 100-watt solar panel, but that's what I could fit at the top, and I had to work with that. I also have an inverter, a 2000-watt inverter, which allows me to plug in mains into the car so I can charge the laptops, phones, accessories, and all that stuff. Seeing as I've got electricity in the car, I've got 3 fire extinguishers, one at the back, one at the front, and one in the middle. While I'm at the back here, my water input is right here. This is where I put my water into my tank right at the bottom. I just run a hose, put the water in. The tank is going to start dripping with an overflow unit that's at the bottom to tell me it's full, and that's it. So I've also decided to keep the car cool. I'm going to be driving in the desert, and if I don't have anything to deflect the light and the heat from coming in, it's going to be a very hot ride, even with AC. So I've got these reflectors right here. These are on the back of the car, on the back windows, and when I'm sleeping in the vehicle, I've got the front cover and the passenger and driver door covers so that I'm fully enclosed and I can sleep without anyone peering in. My name is Sizwe. Let's seize the way. I'll see you on the road.